What's good, everybody? Jack and Lockie here. Harvard Rundown Podcast, episode 7.
7 of the off-season.
Episode 7 of the off-season. We're pretty happy today. The Boomers are finally Olympic medalists after a long drought without. Pretty exciting MVP of the Olympics for me right here. We got my boy Matisse. He's the GOAT. He's the GOAT of this episode.
Fucking GOAT.
But yeah, so very impressive overall game from the Boomers. We'll cover that in a sec, but we just want to get to the gold medal game between the US and France, where France were actually in it the whole game. And kind of the difference was just France's turnovers, 18 to the US's 9. And yeah, Nick Batum not having a great outing in terms of scoring the ball. But Rudy Gobert and Evan Fournier doing what they do best. Evan Fournier, poor shooting, kind of the deciding factor of the game. D-Book really didn't show up for the US, but that didn't really matter. They still got the job done. And yeah, so it didn't come as a surprise. Lockie, what are your thoughts on the game?
It's like US took 4 games to wake up, and then as soon as they get in a groove, like they did against us, like it's over. Like it's over. So like I feel like France really never had a chance in the end, but because if you let like Team USA get in a groove, like it took them a half to get in a groove against us, and then once they got in the groove, it was like over. But like France are obviously better. They took them to the end. How much was the margin in the end?
5 points.
Yeah, fuck.
So
hey, they're
honestly,
right there, though.
Yeah, exactly. And if they didn't have as many, fouls or turnovers, it kind of would have probably been a different story. 9 turnover difference. Just imagine the points off turnovers just from those 9. It would have made it hard for them to even stay in the game, but they did pretty good. Even Nick Batum with the poor showing, just they honestly could have won. Honestly,
that sucks, especially since it's with like Olympics. It's kind of like best timing type of thing. With teams other than America, it's like you need your kind of players, or they're all at the same time. Like Paddy Mills is getting older, Joe Ingles is getting older. Like it's such a timing thing, and France have a really good team, but they're a bit older.
Yeah, they're a bit older.
It's a bit unfortunate for them.
Next Olympics, the team could be different. We never know. That's in 3 years. Yeah, Evan Fournier will probably be in his mid-30s. Gobert in his mid-30s. Early 30s. Sorry, Batum in his late 30s. So. The whole concept of the team. Frank Ntilikina is only 21 or 22, so he'll be around 25. Luel Cabarrot will probably be 30 by the time. So it's kind of they'll have a few coming through. They've got that this 7'3" center bloke that is coming through the draft next year. I think Wembanyama or something.
Yeah.
He's a freak. He's like Kristaps Porzingis. I'm pretty sure something like plays like him.
Yeah. But he's anyways good. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, obviously impressive showing from KD and Tatum off the bench. But, yeah, we kind of expected this. Nothing too surprising. But, yeah, last night's game, Boomers and Slovenia. You kind of saw the physicality. That's one thing that I thought I'd point out. The physicality of the Slovenian team was really, really, like it really picked up in the second half, and it made it harder for, although the Boomers went on a big run, it became especially hard like midway through that fourth to kind of move the ball around and really dominate. But Paddy Mills,
oh my God,
showing why he's the greatest Australian basketball player ever.
There's no debate. 42-9.
42-9.
Me.
Unbelievable. Only sat for 2 minutes. This was his game. He wanted this. Delhi only played 3 minutes. And look what happened when we start Matisse Thybulle.
They're listening, bro.
Look what happens.
Podcast.
Doncic shoots 7 of 20, 3 of 13 from the field. and drops 22 points and 8 turnovers. That is the effect of having Dante Exum and Matisse Thybulle guarding one of the best players in the world, which is what they should have done against the US, and they didn't. Matisse Thybulle, 11 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals, 1 block. He's just a stat sheet menace. I love it, and that is exactly why I had Matisse Thybulle at the backdrop in the video. You can see how much the game meant to the team. Clearly at the end, Paddy Mills breaking down in tears. It just, I don't know. It was so good to watch. Brought a tear to my eye. Just kind of seeing how long it's taken.
Yeah.
How long it's taken for Australia.
Years.
Yeah, for Australian basketball to finally cement themselves as a a universally known good team. Yeah, and you even saw post game in the commentary. You kind of saw just the effect it had on not only the team but Andrew Gaze. The whole of Australia were backing them. Gaze has obviously been to around. I think he's been to a few Olympics and obviously had no success. So to kind of see the Aussies persevere and finally, after all these years, to get a medal is it's emotional, it's raw.
Yeah, we deserve it, man.
And it just makes it. I think we deserve it, and I think it makes Australian basketball. It allows it to be taken more seriously. Which previously just wasn't the case.
Especially with our sample size, not being as big as these other countries, and basketball is nowhere near our number one sport. That just goes to show that we're really proving ourselves out here.
Yeah, definitely. So you kind of saw in the FIBA Championships, the World Cup a few years back, that Australia was on the move, and they needed that one or two pieces that kind of, how do I say it, just furthers themselves.
Legitimizes the team a bit more.
And we always talk about it. He's the cult. He's the cult hero of the show. Matisse Thybulle is the difference maker. I know Paddy Mills had 42, but just the defensive intensity. He plays like a vet. He knows his role. He can shoot the ball. He can score. He's athletic. He had 2 putback dunks in the game.
Yeah.
He lifts the energy of the team because he just gets involved in everything. He's the dog that we needed. And I actually think that it put us over. And obviously, not having Ben Simmons there, you needed someone there to fill kind of the void.
Yeah.
And Matisse, obviously not the superstar powerhouse that Ben Simmons supposedly is.
Mm-hmm.
But he fits the culture. He is good with all the guys. He plays properly. He knows his role and he sticks to it. And I think Australia's fallen in love with him because he's not like your typical Aussie player. He's he's American, really, but he's representing Australia. That's big for an Aussie fan base to have an American who could have. Well, he probably wouldn't have got picked for America, but to stick with his roots, play for the Aussies, and help them win a medal is massive credit to him. Crazy times. Just cut it out. Just go. Go.
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Jock Landale again, proving why he's a really solid big man. He had a really good left hook, coming on that baseline. Those are little things that I guess that you can teams look for, just doing fundamentals.
Yeah, and I think that's why he's a good pickup from Coach Pop in San Antonio because he kind of has all the basics right, and that's where you go to an NBA team and help kind of advance yourself in bigger skills, trying to diversify your game kind of thing, add different elements. He's already got the jump shot there. He's got signs of one. He just got to shoot them more. But yeah, impressive showing from the Boomers. This is going to be a really short episode. Lockie's feeling a bit crook. I'm very tired. As you can probably tell, we're not in...
Dante Exum. Sorry, I just want to talk about him because his Olympic run was so good.
Oh,
and he's taken so many years to prove himself as an NBA player. And I really do feel like his breakout season's coming. Near the end, down the stretch in the fourth, he had catch and shoot 3. He was he had a floater. He was just so involved with it. He wasn't shying away from it. And I think
Yeah, he looked amazing in the Olympics, and wouldn't if you're the Spurs, would you look at Dante Exum? Because I think he'd suit. I think he'd fit well in the
that
system.
culture, yeah.
He'd be good for DeJounte Murray, who's obviously young. Exum's got experience, can kind of help him. They're kind of the same type of player. So I feel like Exum could fit in the rotation. I think he'd be good. Like obviously with Landale, that could be like the kind of 1-2 punch off the bench.
Yeah,
which is kind of what Baines and Paddy were when they were obviously there. Exum's not a shot creator like Paddy, but he can hit the three. He's athletic. He's a great defender. He's a good playmaker, and he would. I don't know. I think he'd fit well in the system. Also, probably like another team like the Sixers, maybe.
I'd say Sixers are like Bucks as well. I could see him.
Yeah, Bucks would be good. Just in like a system where he can just in a system where he can go play under a experienced head coach like the Heat even.
Yeah,
and just learn and just be a winner, come in and affect right away. He doesn't have to play big minutes, but he can come on and help adjust the momentum. He can play defense. I think you'd be silly as a team to not go out and try and find a guy like him or sign him. He's a really good player, and I really hope that he gets a really solid NBA contract at some point. At some point,
he's got to this isn't enough, I guess, to prove it. Because he's kind of in between a point guard and a shooting guard though, because he's not such a dominant playmaker, but he is able to slash and score, and he's improved his jumper. So it's he's got to. I feel like this season coming, he's got to really show his identity as a player. Where does he fit on any team, just as a guard or whatever it may be.
He's a great combo guard, and I think any team in the NBA can use someone like Dante Exum. And I just can't see him not on an NBA team next year.
He's with the Cavs now, eh?
He was at the Cavs, and then he got traded to the Rockets in that James Harden deal. But yeah, he actually played some solid games for the Cavs at the start of the year. He was looking like he was coming back really nicely, and I kind of wish we kept him, but it's a business. He's just that player that's going to be shipped around in trade deals. I hate to say it, but he's been like that since he left Utah. Obviously, he was so injury prone in Utah. Now he's just slow. Now he's kind of got back.
Yeah.
To getting his body all healthy and all that, but yeah. So the Boomers are obviously now medalists, which is amazing for the game, for the culture, for the sport in Australia. We're missing playing basketball terribly. I don't know. It feels kind of weird not being able to play because it's a 2-night thing for both of us.
Yeah, I know. It's very depressing.
And obviously, we both kind of work a lot. Well, I work a lot at the moment.
I'm not working.
So so it's kind of hard to find time. Which just makes it even worse. But so obviously once we're out of this lockdown, we will be we'll be doing some IRL videos. Once basketball comes back, we'll be kind of doing some cool idea things that we want to keep a secret because I think it's going to be sick.
Yeah.
So that's our Olympic coverage done. Next episode, we'll probably start doing the season previews and what we think from each team. Lockie and I have got to work out a schedule of how we're going to build it and what we're going to do. But look forward to that. It's going to be season previews for every team. Some will probably be two teams in one episode. That might be what we're going to try and do. But very excited for the upcoming season. There's 2 months till tip off, I'm pretty sure, or 3 months, maybe 2.5.
Yeah, they got a much shorter one. Yeah.
Yeah, the summer league's just started, which is awesome. My Cavs are playing tomorrow at 8:30, so I think I'm going to have to watch that. I don't usually watch the summer league, but now that other than working, I'm just at home, so I've just got time to kind of watch it.
Yeah,
but
so unless there's a pick that I really want to.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of like me, but I kind of want to pay more close attention to the Cavs this year. So
yeah.
It's exciting times. But yeah, guys, that's it from me. Lockie's a bit under the weather. He's got to go have a bit of a rest. So
I'm gonna do my assignment. But then
fantastic.
Yeah, it's great.
Fantastic.
You know.
Oh, nice.
The evening things.
All
yeah.
right.
But hey,
let's
fucking
bronze
go.
medalists. Yes, let's go.
We did it, man.
Fuck yeah! Shout out to the Boomers. Shout out to Paddy Mills, and shout out to my sexy boy Matisse Tharbel.
No, he's mine.
Let's go.
Stay away.
We can share. Thanks for watching, guys. That's the off-season episode 7 done.
Bang.
Peace.